There are certain places recognized in the religion of Islam as being holy sites or places that are held in high regard and have a lot of significance in the faith. So welcome back guys to another episode of FTD Facts. My name is Leroy Kenton, and for this episode I compiled a list of 10 of the holiest places in Islam. So let's just jump right into it. No chit-chatting at the beginning, let's just start. First up, at number 10, we have the Cave of Hira. Now, the Cave of Hira is located on the mountain Jabal al-Nur in Saudi Arabia. And what's significant about this place is that it was actually the place where the first verses of the Quran were revealed to the Prophet Muhammad by the angel Gabriel. That's where the whole Quranic history begins, according to Muslim theology. Now, at number 9, we have the Great Mosque of Sidi Uqba. Now, the most important mosque of Kairouan, which is Tunisia in North Africa, is the Great Mosque of Sidi Uqba. Now, according to certain Muslim traditions, it's believed that 7 pilgrimages to this mosque is actually equivalent to 1 pilgrimage to Mecca, which we're going to be talking about later on in this episode. Now, after its establishment, Kairouan became an Islamic learning center. Now, during the medieval period, Kairouan was considered the 4th holiest city in Islam. Now, moving on to number 8, we have Harar. Now, Harar is in eastern Ethiopia, and it's considered one of the holiest sites in Islam as well. Now, there are more than 80 mosques located here, and 3 of them actually date all the way back to the 10th century. And in this place, you can also find over 100 shrines. Next up on this list is Ayup district. The Ayup district is in Istanbul, Turkey. Now, a man by the name of Abu Ayyub al-Ansari, also known as Ayyub Ansari, he was a friend of the Prophet Muhammad, and it's said that he was buried in the Ayyub Sultan Mosque. Now, believers during the Ottoman Empire, they actually considered the site to be the 3rd holiest in the entire world during that time period. And Ayyub, he ended up dying during the attempted siege of Constantinople. Now, the next place we're going to look at is the Sinai Peninsula. Now, the Sinai Peninsula is linked to the prophets Aaron and the prophet Moses. Now, there's several references to Mount Sinai that exist in the Quran, where it's referred to as Tur Sinai, as well as At-Tur and Al-Jabal, all meaning the mountain. Also, there is the Wad Tuwa, which is the valley of Tuwa. It's located nearby, and that's considered as being sacred as well. Also, a part of it is called Al-Buqa al-Buraka. That means the blessed peace. Now guys, we reached halfway in this episode. We saw 5 holy places. We got 5 more to go, but before I get into all 5 of those, hit that like button if you're enjoying this episode, and if this is your first time here to FTD Facts, go ahead, stay a while, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell, because we post videos daily, and it's a great chance for you to learn about our world, culture, religions, and all of that, especially in self-isolation. You ain't going anywhere, so might as well learn something useful, entertaining, or something that's just going to give you just general insight about the world and cultures. You know, it's great to see different points of views and what people believe in as well. All right, so let's talk about the place at number 5 now. We have Hebron. Now, Hebron is a Palestinian city in southern West Bank, and it's just south of Jerusalem, and it's considered by many Muslims to be the 5th holiest site in all of Islam. Now, all of this stems from the belief that this was where the Prophet Ibrahim or Abraham settled. Now, the city of Hebron also contains the sanctuary of Abraham, known as the Cave of the Patriarchs to the Jews, by the way. There's also the Ibrahimi Mosque, which is built in honor of the Prophet Abraham, that's on top of this tomb. Now, the Muslims believe that the Prophet Muhammad visited Hebron on his night journey from Mecca to Jerusalem. Again, we're going to talk a little bit more about that coming up soon. Now, at number 4 though, before we get into all of that, Mecca and Jerusalem and all of that, we got to talk about Damascus. Now, Damascus and the Umayyad Mosque in the city is considered by some Muslims as the 4th holiest site in Islam. Now, one of the 4 authorized copies of the Quran were actually kept here. And also the head of Yahya ibn Zachariah, aka John the Baptist, son of Zachariah, is also believed to be in the shrine. Now, one of the minarets is also dedicated to Isa, which is Jesus in Islam, and is believed that he will return there just before Judgment Day. Number 3 brings us Al-Masjid Al-Aqsa, and according to popular Muslim traditions, Al-Masjid Al-Aqsa, that by the way means the farthest place of prostration, and it's located in the city of Jerusalem. The mosque is recognized by the entire Muslim community because of its history involving many biblical prophets like King David, King Solomon, Elijah, and even Jesus. Also, a very interesting fact about this is that the mosque was the first direction of prayer for the Prophet Muhammad before the Kaaba in Mecca, and the Prophet Muhammad was believed to have been taken here to visit the mosque where he prayed and was then taken to the heavens all in one night. Now, we couldn't complete this episode without mentioning Medina, and that comes in at number 2. Now, the Prophet's mosque is located in Medina, and Medina is the final place of residence of the Prophet Muhammad. His grave is also located there, and in addition to the Prophet's mosque, the city has the mosque of Quba and Qiblatain. Now, it doesn't just have the Prophet's mosque here, but the city also has the mosque of Quba as well as the Qiblatain, and these are known as the two Qiblas. Now, the Prophet Muhammad was leading a prayer when he received a revelation from Allah that instructed him to take the Kaaba as the Qibla. So the Prophet Muhammad, who had been facing Jerusalem during the prayer, after receiving this revelation, he then switched to turn and face Mecca, and those that were praying with him also did the same. And of course, you know, at number 1, it's the city of Mecca. Mecca is considered to be the holiest city in Islam. It's also the home of the Kaaba, which is this cube structure right here, as well as the Al-Masjid Al-Haram, meaning the sacred mosque. Now, only Muslims are allowed to enter this place. Now, the area of Mecca, which includes Mount Arafah as well as Mina and also Muzdalifah, is very important for the Hajj pilgrimage. And Hajj being one of the 5 pillars of Islam, every adult Muslim who is capable needs to perform Hajj at least once in their lifetime. That, among many other things, is why Mecca is seen as the holiest site in all of Islam. Alright guys, so that was a look at 10 of the holiest sites in Islam. Be sure to let me know your thoughts and comments down below about anything that I talked about in this episode. Thanks for coming back to another video and learning with me here. It's always great hanging out with you and sharing facts. Join on the conversation down below. And before you guys get out of here, just a reminder, my social media links are below. A lot of you guys have been following me now on Instagram and sending me messages. I'm trying to keep up as fast as possible with sending your replies, but definitely keep hitting me up with your questions and I'll do my best to answer them as quick as possible. Now, I'll leave you with the recommended episode. It's going to be playing at the end screen, so I'm going to get out of here so you can check that out, and I'll see you guys next time.